welcome to our April favorites video, and I'm here with Chris, our movie guy 84. So check for his information down below for his Instagram,
Tumblr, Twitter, all the same.
That jazz.
Movie guy 84.
Yay. I forgot what I was gonna say there. Alright, so today we're gonna come with our April favorites to you. So we're gonna start off with Chris's favorites for the month.
Alright, my favorites for the month, first thing is gonna be The Art of Shaving. They just opened a brand new store here at Downtown Disney, and so I decided to check it out. I've heard of The Art of Shaving before, and it sounded like a really neat store, and so I took the opportunity to go in, and the salesperson was really friendly, led me through the different products they have. I ended up getting this $25 kit. It has basically a sample size of all of their main products. You start with a pre-shave oil, which is really great. It helps create a barrier between the razor and your skin, so it keeps your razor lasting longer. And then you have the shaving cream with the brush. It's made of badger hair. And you only have to use like a little bit of the shaving cream, just like a couple of little dabs on there, and it just lathers up my whole giant face. So it's really good and lasts a while. And then you get this aftershave lotion that helps your skin come back from after having a razor run all over it. So really great stuff, 25 bucks, and then it also kind of came with a $25 coupon that you can use later on for a full-size kit, and those run like 75 to 100 bucks. So basically the price of this gets applied to a bigger kit if you decide you like it and you want it.
So how long would this take to go through, do you think?
The salesperson, she told me that it would last about 60 days. I shave 5 days a week. So she said for me it would last about 60 days, about 2 months, which is pretty good for this little tiny kit. And I'm loving it so far.
So if you got the full size and used the $25 coupon, it would be, you know, $50 for something that's probably going to last you like, what, 4 or 5 months, right?
Yeah, she says it usually lasts at least 90 days, a little bit more.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So loving it. And also this month I have a new game that I got. Went to MegaCon. Elena will display that. I went to MegaCon and they had an awesome deal on this game I've been wanting forever. Will Wheaton had it on his show Tabletop on YouTube, and they were playing it. It looked really fun, and it's like a role-playing tabletop game where you go through a haunted house with your friends and you discover all these rooms, and then craziness ensues, and it's a lot of fun. Played it a couple times with Lainey.
We're kind of addicted now, actually. We played it twice last night, and we're a little addicted of this game. Yeah.
But yeah, it has massive replayability because there's 50 different scenarios that could possibly happen. And then every time you play the game, you're putting out like little tile boards for each of the rooms in the house. So every time you play it, it's totally different. So it's a lot of fun.
RP, like our role-playing Clue plus, like, I don't know, choose your own adventure. It's weird, but it all kind of works. I will say though, the one thing that you have to be careful of is that when you play this game, you have to do a lot of like remembering things or trying to figure things out, because sometimes you'll have rules in the game that may supersede other rules, or you have to add more things, or it's really complicated to explain. But once you get into the game, you can kind of see how it works. But it's a fun game.
Yes,
it's a very fun game.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, so for pop culture favorites for me this month, I'm going to start off with my books. I've been reading through the Divergent series because Insurgent came out and I was going to go see the movie, but I haven't yet. And, I don't know. Anyway, I will do that when I get time. But I read through the series again because I couldn't remember anything about the second and third book. So those are my books for April. I totally forgot how it ended, and then when I read it again, I was like, oh, yeah. So I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Have you read it?
No, I started reading Allegiant. Like, no. What's the first book?
The first one is Divergent.
Divergent.
It's Divergent, Insurgent, and then Allegiant. Yeah.
So I started reading the first one, but only partway through that one.
Yeah. I think the first one is still my favorite. There's just, I don't know, so much meshes together in the second and third book that you're just kind of like, I don't know. I can't wait for the third movie to come out too, so I can kind of see what they do with it, because, you know, it is very Hunger Games-esque in a way, but it's not. It's different also, so yeah, those are my books for the month of April. TV shows this month, I actually have 2. They're both 20-minute sitcoms. They have Fresh Off the Boat, which is on ABC, and I don't know if there's any new ones coming soon, but you can get them on Hulu. Basically, it is the main guy, his name is Eddie, and he wrote the show. It's based on his life or his book. I know he's the one who does the narration during the show, so you'll hear this older guy talking and it's actually the writer of the show. But it's really funny because they live in Orlando, so they've moved from DC to Orlando, and so a lot of times I laugh because the places that are supposed to be in this show are not technically in Orlando, and you can tell because you're like, that's not on iDrive. You know, like no, I don't know what they're doing. But it's really funny just because it is this Asian family and they're trying so hard to fit in, but like it takes place in 1980, 85 or 95.
No, yeah, it's like early 90s.
Yeah, early 90s.
mid-90s.
So you still have that kind of like retro fallback thing happening too. Like it's just funny, and it's one of those shows I could probably watch with my family and it'd be fine. It's pretty funny,
it's really
right?
Funny. I've enjoyed it. The few episodes I've seen,
Okay, so my second TV show would be Last Man on Earth. I watched the first 2 episodes of this, and I didn't like it. At the first time I watched it, I was really annoyed by a lot of things that were happening, but it was all, to me, could all be plausible. Like, you are the last person on Earth, you're in Arizona, what do? You know, you move into the mansions, but the plumbing doesn't work, so what do? You drink beer and go to the bathroom in the pool. Like, it's kind of logical. But then, you know, what happens when you start getting lonely? And so this show kind of goes on through that. I gave it another chance, and then I started watching it more, and now I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It is a pretty. How far into it have you gotten?
In the first 5 episodes, I believe. Yeah, so everything in it's funny. I don't want to say too much because like
it gives like every episode something happens where you're like, oh, I can't give that away either, and I can't give that away. But let's just say that he has to make do with a lot of things in that town. Has to figure a lot of things out. How do you get water? How do you get to make meals? You know. Yeah. What do you do in your spare time? Yeah. That kind of thing.
Yeah, and I didn't really like Will Forte on SNL too much. I mean, some of his characters are okay, but I don't know, I just never liked it that much. But he's hilarious on the show. I mean, he's the lead guy, and he's really pulling along very well.
Yeah, and that's on Fox on Sunday nights, I believe, but also you can get that on Hulu as well. There is, I think, only the last episode has already aired on that one for this season, and I'm not sure if it's getting picked up or not, but fingers crossed that it will. Okay, my last thing to do is makeup favorites, obviously. So let's start off with lip favorites. I have these. These are from Laka and Company. I got these in this one in a Birchbox and this one from the Birchbox store with my points. And I love them. They're very moisturizing and pink. And if you have a chance to check these out, I would definitely do that. They do kind of stay on for a long time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm wearing this one right now. I really like how fresh it is, and they go on minty. So when you put it on your lips, you get this like minty scent, and you're like, ooh, that tingles, and that's very nice. So it doesn't smell like, you know, I don't know how a better way to describe this. It doesn't smell like old lady lipstick, you know, where it has that chemical smell. I hate that. I hate old lady lipstick. Yeah. Okay, so my second thing is I think I never put this in a haul video when I got it because it was a one-off purchase. But I was at Walmart, and never at Walmart, but I found this at Walmart. It's the Wet n Wild Color Icon Contouring Palette in Caramel Toffee, and it has this really nice light brown that you can use to contour for fair people, which is nice because it will not turn you orange, and that is my problem with contour because it always turns me orange and I hate it. So this one is better, and then on this side is a highlight. It's a very, very nice shade, and I will show you there, and then I will swatch it for you also so you can kind of see what the nice color is. You can see the brown one obviously better than the other one, but it's a really nice shade for contouring. So definitely pick that up. I think it was like $2, so definitely worth that. And then finally I have the holy grail that everyone is looking for, which is the Hard Candy Natural Eyes Palette that you can only buy at Walmart. You can't get it online or anything. And it's supposed to be a perfect dupe for the Too Faced Natural Eyes Palette. So $8 for this one or $50 for the other one. Choose this one. Anyway, so I'm just gonna show you really quick that there is a brush that falls out. But anyway, in there you go, there's your mirror, and in here there are some eye looks that you can use to create with all of these shadows in here. They have a primer, of course, the brush that fell down, and an eyeliner. So far I've only really played around with this like once, And I love the top row right here. These colors right here, very nice and matte and natural. But definitely pick this up. A palette for $8 with all that stuff is such a good deal. I'm not going to go into swatches and everything because this thing is all over YouTube. So if you want to know, go ahead and YouTube Google your natural eye palette. You'll find your things, alright? So yes, please pick this up. I definitely recommend it. Anyway, that is all of our favorites for April. And make sure you stay tuned because we're coming up with another one with Marshall and Vince doing their favorites next. Until next time, keep calm.
Stay zany.
See you later. Bye.